Hey everyone, I'm going to be sharing a very interesting story about a business owner named Rohit. And I wanted to make sure that you stay till the end of this video because from the story, I believe you're going to be really deriving a very powerful lesson learned, which may be relevant even for you. So make sure you stay till the end. And in the meanwhile, make sure you hit on the subscribe button so you get a lot more videos from me and a lot more lessons from me. So let's talk about Rohit. Rohit's a business owner and he's in the business of interior designing. So he takes up turnkey projects for commercial spaces as well as residential spaces. And his target audience are homeowners, his target audience are business owners who want to do a lot of renovation, who want to set up their offices. His target audience are also architects who give him projects. And let me tell you a little bit more about Rohit. He's been in the business for almost 10 plus years. Very good at what he does. Like, he's good, there's no two ways about that. His quality is exceptional, his creativity is out of the world, and any customer whom he works with is extremely satisfied because they believe that Rohit adds that personal touch, and the life or the intent he puts into his projects is at a different level completely. And very hardworking guy, extremely passionate about what he does. He would not do anything which would compromise on quality, and he would make sure he gives his customer the best. I'm sharing so much information with you about Rohit because if you're a business owner and you're watching this, I'm sure you can relate to what I'm sharing, that he's got his heart into the business. But let me give you a very factual but yet very sad reality. Hardworking, great business model, has super potential, extremely experienced, very capable, but no money. Fact, Rohit was not making money. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you, because a lot of business owners which I come across, because I coach a lot of business owners, me and my team handhold a lot of business owners on a one-to-one basis to scale up their business, and Rohit was one case, like many other cases, where they're really good at what they do, but in spite of that, not making any money. And usually you have a lot of business owners who probably are not making money because they're not marketing enough, or not making money because they don't have a good business model, etc. But in Rohit's case, I think pretty much all the ingredients were in the right place, and he had the foundation in place, but he still wasn't making any money. And this was really sabotaging his confidence. And when he came into a coaching program, and when I through my team having a conversation with him, I was actually getting very confused to figure out what exactly is this guy's problem, because everything seems very fine. And I got involved in a coaching session with him, and that's when I really found out, after having multiple conversations, that the problem wasn't his business, the problem was him. The problem was here, the furniture, the interior designing in his head was really messed up. When you do an interior designing of a certain space, it looks good, and that's what gives you a better purview about the space. But what if it's messed up in the head? And I think at that point in time, my responsibility and my job was to redesign his interiors over here so that the output is a lot more different. And I realized that, and more than me, he actually realized that he had an inherent belief, because of whatever upbringing he's had or whatever experiences he's had in the past, that he doesn't deserve to make money. And the only way he's going to make money is if he slogs it out, if he's going to really work extremely hard, and every time he works hard, he needs to prove himself, make his customer happy, and then he will earn it. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad approach, but I want you to understand how effortful that approach is, because every time his approach would be is to give it his all and then earn only what he can, or only what is transactional in nature. And as a result of that, he would operate his entire business with that mindset, and he would work so hard but still really not achieve that scale, really not achieve that wealth which really every business owner strives to. And if you're hearing this video at this point in time and you're a business owner, I'm sure you'll agree with me that I don't see any point in starting a business or building the business just to get income. I mean, then what's the point of starting a business? What's the point of taking that financial risk? What's the point of trying to scale up your business? What's the point of building a team? The point is to start generating wealth. The point is to start making money beyond what you can do as an individual. Because if it's just about generating income, then why don't you just take up a job? I think it's a lot more beneficial because there's no risk. But Rohit was in a situation where he was in a job in his business. He was literally, like the way I would say it, self-employed. And that mindset was just getting messed up. This mindset was completely messing up his business. And in spite of working hard, in spite of really adding quality products and services, he wasn't making any money, like I already shared. And when he realized that ultimately, inherently, the belief he had was that he didn't deserve to make money, that really hit him. And he realized that he needs to alter that belief. At the end of the day, here's what you got to understand. It's the mindset which has an impact on what you think. What you think has an impact on your perspective or your point of view in that situation. Your point of view creates a certain emotion which you have in that situation, and that emotion becomes a context for the action which you take, and ultimately that action will lead to a result. Bottom line, all that background behavior before the action has a huge impact on your result. And with this kind of a mindset that I don't deserve to make money, I really need to work hard to make money, I have to slog it out and prove myself every single time, obviously you're not going to make any money. No wonder Rohit was not making any money. And after a lot of coaching conversations, when he got aware of this, Rohit made a decision to shift his approach completely. And I'll tell you what was the major shift Rohit made. He actually moved from the customer side of the business to the business side of the business. I'll tell you what I mean by that. A big mistake which a lot of business owners make is that they're so focused on serving customers themselves because they want to be in control, that they actually become service providers, freelancers, rather than business owners. There's a very big difference between doing your business and owning your business. And the difference is the fact that how much money you're going to make and how much you can scale that business. That's the big difference between these two words. So he made that shift. Rather than being customer focused, he became business focused. Rather than trying to handle a customer query or manage a customer complaint or providing quality, he focused on how does he integrate the right kind of systems in his organization? How does he develop his business to such a manner that it can start scaling up and start reaching more people? And he started focusing on the right elements of scaling up his business. The management function, the marketing function. He activated all his business functions. He started implementing systems to manage all these business functions. He started hiring and developing team members and making them as good as him, if not better, so that the business doesn't stop at him. The buck doesn't stop at him. And through his team, he can really scale up his business. And he operated his entire business with a very different intention. The intention was to completely generate wealth and scale up. And having that intention, that mindset itself completely shifted his thought pattern, completely shifted his perspective, completely shifted his emotion, and that became the context for the kind of action he would take. And therefore, it was a very different result for him. So I'll tell you what I'm trying to portray or point out for you when I'm sharing this experience. A lot of business owners go through this for whatever reasons, because of their past experience, because of their upbringing, because of their challenges, because of their failures. They start building such damaging, sabotaging beliefs about themselves in business, and even after that, they still continue being in business. It's not going to work. The mindset has an impact on the action, and then the action has an impact on the result. So the lesson I want you to take away from this is that you got to be very aware of how are you thinking, what beliefs you have, and how is that going to have an impact on your action. Because it's not just about the action game, it's also the mindset. One of my mentors is T. Harvekar, and he says this: the roots define the fruits. So my question to you is, what roots are you focusing on, and based on that, what fruits are you getting out? Because if you're not having the right mindset, you're not having the right intent, and that doesn't become the right kind of context or background behind the action you're taking, whatever action you take is pointless, even though it's in the right direction. So be very aware of what action you're taking and what mindset you have. So if you like this video, I want you to hit on the like button. If you've learned something credible and there's a shift you need to make, I want you to comment in the comment section about what has been your lesson learned from what I shared. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that I can share with you more stories of entrepreneurs and more learning for you to scale up your business. See you. Take care.